Hey there, we're going to do a crew review of the Intuita, actually crew of one, Gail from Seattle Coffee Gear. This machine is a super automatic. It has the bean hopper right up here, 10 ounces of beans, and when you get yours, if you should purchase one and you see it going like that, it's on purpose. When the grinder runs, that jiggles to jiggle the beans down so that they flow down into the grinder. Right here is the adjustment for the fineness of the grind, and you have, let's see, 5 different settings. It looks like it has a bypass doser, but it's disabled. The chute goes nowhere, so don't try to use it. It does not have a bypass doser. This is, down on more your entry-level Saeco machine. It has a water button right here. You can get hot water, steam out of the panarello, which is right here. These are foolproof, does the foaming for you, whether you want a lot of foam or not. You're going to get really nice foam. 2 programmable buttons, and right down here you can choose, and here's your dial for it, whether you're 1 bean, 2 bean, or 3 bean. And what that does is tells the grinder to produce less ground, more, the most of the ground coffee to be brewed through. Dregs box right here, and that points out that that's a warning light. When you run out of beans, this is going to go. This is telling you that that dregs box is not in place. Watch when I put it back in. Well, come on. There. See, the lights go back to what they should be. This is also a warning light, and this is the out of water light. And the water is right here. 50 ounces of water. Not bad for a machine this size. That's a hefty amount of water. Also, the brew unit is on the side over here. You open up the door and the brew unit's right there, and another warning signal if your brew unit comes out, which there's a drip tray under here. If you take the brew unit out, if I was to shut the door, there it is, that light comes on. That's a warning light that tells you that something's not right. The dregs box is not in, the bean hopper or the drip trays are not in right, something's not right. Open and close the door, all of that, and then usually that light will reset itself and you'll be good to go. Spouts that go up and down for the height of the cup. And this is a pretty decent height here, not too bad. And drip tray with a stainless and plastic with baffles, which I like, so that if you let this get too full, you pull it out, the baffles stop it from sloshing around and ending up all over yourself. So that's the basic machine. As you can see, black plastic all the way around. The new square design, which is the way machine manufacturers are moving toward. So I say, let's make a drink. Get the steam going here, and let's do that first. And you want to purge any condensation that might be in there. Well, that means it's heating up. While it's heating up, I wanted to point out another feature that this has. Each one of these is programmable for the amount of volume of coffee that you have produced down into your cup. If you push the button in rapid succession, that will tell the machine to grind and brew twice. So you won't have to push the button twice, and it'll do it for you. And I'll show you that feature when we brew the coffee. So on these panarellos, the air comes in right here. You want to make sure you keep that clean. If for some reason you get more foam than you want, if you bury that in the milk, no more air goes in, the foam will stop. Most of these machines will make a foam that looks kind of real bubbly in the beginning, but after I knock it a couple of times and I swirl it around, that all goes away and it's actually pretty decent foam. You can't brew and steam at the same time with this machine, so you have to do one function and then the other. But it's pretty fast in between. It's not like a huge wait time like you'd have a semi-automatic machine. So I got enough foam, I'm just going to bury that like I mentioned. Now it's just going to get hot. And it's getting there. It's getting hot. You hear that thump, thump, thump? That means it's a thermoblock that's producing hot steam on the fly. It doesn't store the steam in a boiler. It makes it on demand. All right, that's good. Wow, wow. So you want to wipe this off, and then take this off and take it to the sink and rinse it. See, you're only going to get so much out of there, so you want to take it and rinse it. And this comes off as well. You can take that to the sink too and rinse those all off, wipe that off. Now, if I want to have 2 of these, watch. It lights up the 2 cup up here. It's going to grind and brew twice for me. While it's doing that, I'm just going to rinse these off. Now it's going to grind again, and I'm going to interrupt it when it starts to brew to show you. Now put this back on, put that back on. There it goes. All right, I'm just going to interrupt that for the sake of saving a little bit of time. I've incorporated a lot of those bubbles in. Looks a lot better than it did a second ago. And you're not going to produce latte art with this kind of machine. It just is typically way too foamy. I should have let that second coffee finish out, since I like a lot of coffee in with my milk. Not bad. A little bit more coffee. The temperature is really nice on it. I like that. You can make this obviously as hot as you want because you're doing a panarello. This is not a one-touch machine. So that's the Intuita by Saeco. You know, priced affordably. Check it out on our webpage. All the information, the stats and all that, height, width, depth, all that's in there. And sign up for our YouTube channel while you're browsing the web and watching this video. That allows you to be the first on the block to know when there's something new on our channel that has been posted. Appreciate you watching. Have a good day.